Yes. Yeah, good evening, all. So today is our second class. So yesterday we discussed what is React.js and how to work with React.js. What are the advantages we have in this React.js? These concepts we discussed. Just 10 minutes. Okay. So backup I will provide you about this. Okay. Now if you take React.js, so React.js, is it client-side script or server-side script? Hmm. So here React.js is client-side script. Okay. Yes. So in web applications, we are using two types of scriptings to implement the concepts. One is client-side script, another one is server-side script. So it is open source, so client-side script to implement web dynamic websites. So we are using to implement the dynamic websites. That is the main concept of this. Okay. Yes. Now, in this point of view, okay, actually, what is dynamic website? So dynamic website means nothing but a website which contains the logics. Okay. A website which contains the logics comes under dynamic website. Static website means so it doesn't have any logics. Okay. But dynamic website contains logics. That is the concept of this. So for example, online paper, e-paper websites, if we take an online e-paper website comes under static website. Only display the information. Okay, that website displays the information, but it doesn't have any functionality. So to implement that website, static website, there is no coding. So that's why you can easily implement by using HTML, CSS. No need to use the coding technology there. Okay. But if you take the dynamic applications, so compulsory scripting is required. Okay. In this scripting point of view, we are taking the support of two types of scriptings. One is client side. Next one is server side. So executes in browser. Client side script executes where? In browser. For example, if you develop any logics using JavaScript or next level technologies of JavaScript like React.js, Angular, all this comes under client-side scripting languages. Yes. If you develop anything by using PHP, JSP, all this comes under server-side scripting languages. Like that, we have two types of scriptings here. So first one is nothing but the client-side script. The second one is server-side script. Okay. Now, what is React.js? It is a client-side scripting language to develop the websites. Now, who implemented this React.js? Actually, already I shared this point also. So, Jordan Waki implemented React.js and officially they released it 2011. Okay. Yes. Officially they released in the year 2011. Actually, In earlier year, means 2000, officially released in 2013. In 2011, the basic version they introduced. But the main version they released in 2013. So actually in Facebook, to work with the chatting concept, okay, to implement some logics, in chatting concept, they implemented this React.js. And this React.js maintains the Facebook organization. Right? Now, React.js belongs to Facebook. Now, why we are using the client-side technologies? Okay, this is also shared yesterday. Okay, client-side scripts we are using to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML elements. By default, all HTML controls are static controls. Static controls means those control properties we cannot change once these controls are loaded. But my requirement is I want to change the image on the image control if user click on the button. Okay. Or I want to change the text of the text box. Like that, these type of dynamic functionalities I want to implement. In this point of view, it is not possible through with HTML. Directly, HTML is not providing any dynamic functionalities. There we are taking the support of this client-side scripts like JavaScript or next level technologies of JavaScript like React, Angular, etc. Next, to validate input controls. Yeah. So input controls validation point of view. We are taking the support of this client-side scripts. I want to check username is empty or not. Password retype password matching or not. Yes. This type of validations I want to perform. Then also we are taking the support of these client-side scripts. Just to validate input controls. Next. To execute logics. Already we discussed client-side logics execute where? In browser. So that's why what are the logics we are implementing using client-side technologies? Those logics result user can see immediately. Why? Because it executes in user system. Yes, means nothing but in user browser. So these logics execute where? In user browser. So that is the main part of this. Is it clear? Yes. Next, to work with Ajax. Yeah. Ajax is very popular technology. We are using this Ajax to send the request to the server without submitting the web page. Is it clear? Yeah. So Ajax we are using to send a request to the server without submitting the current web page. So these days, Google that text box. Okay. So suggestions text box and Gmail. Okay. Chat messages. Okay. And share marketing websites that shares information and cricket live score. Everything is coming in the form of with the help of Ajax only. So we will discuss many programs in this Ajax. So these are the main areas where we can use this client-side technologies. Okay. Yeah. In interview, definitely they will ask you. So which type of functionalities we can implement using client-side scripts. Okay. So this is the answer You should apply for that. Got it? Yeah. Now, already we discussed some points. What are the features we have in this React.js? So just I told you in last class, it supports single page application. Yes, it supports data binding. Like that, some points I shared with you. Okay, so some points I shared with you. So just overview I have given. Programmatically, we did not start anything. So before starting the React concepts, already I told you JavaScript is prerequisite is. So we should have idea on the JavaScript first. Okay, so that's the first we are starting our concepts with JavaScript. Before that, one use case we are discussing. For example, we are going to implement the login concept. Yes, yeah, we're going to implement login concept. So if you take this login concept, in this login concept, what are the phases, what are the steps we have? First of all, design login form. Okay, to design the login form, we are using the technologies like HTML, CSS. Yes, actually in companies, mostly UI designers are available. They will work with this design use. Okay, next one. Yeah. When user click on the login button, that username password, we are sending to data. Before sending the data, the text box contains data or not. Username text box. Password text box contains the data or not. So these type of conditions we need to check. So in this point of view, we are working with client side validations. Yes, we are using what? Client side validations. So these validations, okay, we are performing through client side script, nothing but here, react.js we are using. So validation point of view. Once validations are done, means if it contains the data, username text box and password text box, then what we're doing, send data to server. Because in server, we need to compare the database. Okay, whether this username password is registered or not. Send data to server. So here also we are taking the support of React. There we are using a routing concept. Okay, so with the help of not routing. With the help of Ajax, we are sending the data to server, and we are calling on server side API service. Now the data is delivered to server. There they will check. Server side programmer will check whether the data means username password. So that credential is available in the database or not. Okay. Now here check username password valid or invalid. In this point of view, we are taking the support of server side programs like okay PHP, ASP, JSP like. Okay. These are the server-side programs which we are taking. Yes. Next. Yeah. Now, if database contains that username password, then server-side program returns success value. Otherwise, he returns the failure value. So that is the point here. Okay. So if it is available, he returns the success value. Otherwise, he returns the failure value. So based on the success value or failure value, we are navigating to either welcome page or invalid user page. So in this navigation point of view, we are taking the support of a routing concept in React. Means here, if you take a simple concept, login concept as example, yes. So in 3 steps, like validations point of view and sending data to server and navigate to login or welcome page. In these 3 steps, we are using client-side technologies. Okay, and server-side script we are using in the step 4 to connect with the database and check the username password is valid or invalid like that. So this is server-side programmers' responsibility, not our responsibility. And designers are working with this, designing that login form, etc. So means here in 3 areas, in these 3 steps, we are in the client-side technologies. That is the main concept of this. So not only in login concept, if you take the registration concept or any other concept, if you take here, these are the main things which we have. Is it clear? Yes. This is the concept of this. So that's why I told you 70% is coding in web applications is client-side coding only. Okay. Yes. No doubt in that point of view. Due to that reason, for UI development, okay, we have huge openings, huge requirements we have for this UI development. You got it? Yes. Fine. I hope you clear with this concept. Now we are going to discuss our technologies. Okay. As I told you, first we are starting with the JavaScript. Before that, yes, Bhagyasri, Mahendra, Venkatesh, Jemuelo. Okay, so you have any questions from your side, you can ask me. So what is React.js? Okay, just basic idea. You got the basic idea or not? Okay, which type of applications we can implement with React.js? What is the basic of React.js? That clarity you got or not? Hmm? Yes. Yeah. So if you have any doubts, you can ask immediately. So I don't restrict, ask the doubts after some time like that.
I have
So
one
whenever
question.
you got, yeah.
Sorry, we said sending data to server that is using with Ajax.
Yes.
But yesterday we had a discussion on the virtual DOM on that. So virtual DOM
Which one?
is
Which one?
virtual DOM,
Yesterday.
virtual DOM.
Ah,
Okay, so without helping Ajax, can't we send the data to server using a React virtual DOM and all?
hey, virtual DOM is not to interact with server. First point. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
So virtual DOM is see. First of all, you want to run one audio file, right? When you double click on the audio file, what is happening? Can you tell me? It is loading into RAM,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
First, it is loading into RAM. After that, it is playing by using either VLC player or any other player.
right.
Yes? Yeah. So, if you open any Excel sheet or any workbook, is it loading into the RAM or not? Yes. So,
Yes,
without RAM, we can't do any operations because every application execution location is what? RAM only, right?
right.
Yeah. In the same way, you created one HTML page. That page contains controls like text box, button, paragraph, like the 10 or 15 controls we have. When you double click on that, is it directly loading into browser? No. In between, first it is loading into RAM. You got it. So I will draw a simple diagram. Yeah. So this is the HTML page. Here, many controls you are using, taking like image, input, okay, text box. Input means text box, paragraph, like the many controls you have taken. Now, when you double click on this, what is happening? So first, RAM some memory is allocating. There, all these controls are loading. Objects are creating for these controls. That memory location we are calling as DOM or physical DOM. Okay, sorry. Yes, we are calling it as DOM. Now here, based on this, the result is coming on the output. So here it displays image and input control paragraph like that. So DOM is nothing but memory location of HTML page. This DOM is not connecting with the database server or web servers. Is it clear? For example, this is web server. So there is no link between this DOM and web server. Okay. Now virtual DOM is also there. What is virtual DOM here? For example, uh, take normal applications which are developed by using Java or Angular, etc. If you do any modification here, then it has to update those modifications in this DOM also, because DOM is nothing but blueprint of this web page, right? So here, what are the modifications we are doing here? Those modifications should affect on this DOM. Okay. So that time, by default, how this mechanism is working. So if you do any change on single control, again, this entire DOM is recreating with the all controls. You understand my point? If you do changes on a single control, it is updating where on all controls are updating this DOM. The DOM is recreating, but that is not a good procedure, because one control if you modify, why should we reload all the other controls? It takes some time. So that's why in React they provided one concept that is nothing but virtual DOM here. What is this virtual DOM? So it is nothing but intermediate layer, a layer between this original DOM and browser. If you do any modifications here, first virtual DOM is observing those modifications, and only those modifications it is affecting on the original DOM. Means instead of rewriting this DOM again and again, okay, only that patchwork it is updating. That is the concept of virtual DOM. Is this clear? Yes. Like that, we have these two things here. One is physical DOM and another one is virtual DOM. This virtual DOM is not to send the request to the server. So here, for example, one button is there. When I click on this button, this text box value, I want to send to the server. In that point of two ways are there. One is using submit concept with the help of submit button. So this button should be submit button. Another one is with the help of Ajax. If I use Ajax, what the benefit? The page is not rendering to the server. Is it clear? Only this text box value is sending to the server. Instead of sending all these controls and reloading this browser, what we are doing here, we are sending this text box value to the server. Ajax is to communicate with server, and virtual DOM is nothing but if any modifications done on the tree node, means that browser controls. So those modifications will update on the memory location, the client memory location, in the client memory location. So for that we are using this virtual DOM. But from client to server, if you want to send the data, then we are using Ajax. Okay, so that is the main thing. Practically, I will show you. You will get more clarity. Anyhow, I think you got some idea in this point of view, right? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely fine. Yeah.
So, any other doubts you have? Okay, fine. Now, come to this point. What is so actually JavaScript is very mandatory for us. And in interviews, okay, so 90 percentage, not 90, sorry. 60% questions they're asking based on JavaScript. Because so React is the library of JavaScript. Means React is providing some additional functions to easily work with the JavaScript. That is the main concept of this. Is it clear? Yes. So React provides some additional functionalities to easily work with the JavaScript. So that's why this React library packages we are using with the help of JavaScript technology. On the JavaScript only, we are using react.js packages. Is it clear? Yes. So that is the main point. So without JavaScript, if you want to learn this React.js, that is not possible for us because compulsory JavaScript knowledge is required. Okay. Yes. Now we are going to discuss. We are starting our conference with JavaScript. So what is JavaScript and how to use the JavaScript? I hope maybe some students have idea on the JavaScript. So tell me how many have idea on the JavaScript? How many have idea on the JavaScript? Yeah, I think no one. Okay, I didn't get any message from you, so I hope no one have idea. Okay, fine. So here, even if you have idea on JavaScript, I hope you don't know about advanced JavaScript. To work with this React, okay, so complete JavaScript is very, very important. So that's why, so JavaScript, we are spending around 20 classes. Okay, minimum 20 classes. And React, we are spending around 45 to 50 classes. Okay, so total duration in between 65 to 70 classes. JavaScript, very important concepts we have, like so asynchronous programming. Okay, next one we have closures, observables, not observables here. So closures and ECMAScript 6 concepts like REST, spread, and hosting concepts we have. Okay, different types of functions, arrow functions, callback functions, different types of functions. So Ajax programming, so fetch operator means fetch API and access, like that many concepts we have in JavaScript. So first we need to cover all these concepts. Then only we can work with the React.js. And one more point I will tell you, JavaScript, if you know, you can work with front end as well as back end also, server side also, because Node.js is there. Node.js is complete JavaScript based. Means you will become as full stack programmer by learning Node.js. Okay. So for everything, the base is JavaScript. Remember this. Okay. And database MongoDB. MongoDB is JavaScript database. So in MongoDB, we are using JavaScript functionalities. Okay. Yes. So that's why here, not only in React, Angular, okay, Vue.js, Next.js. So even server-side scripting languages, we can use JavaScript. And database also we are using JavaScript. That's why, so if you search in web, so popular technologies, so JavaScript is always in either first or second place. Okay, yes. So that's why concentrate more on the JavaScript. Okay, now is JavaScript client-side or server-side? Tell me. Is it client-side script or server-side script? According to your idea. Anyone?
Should
Client
be
side.
both.
Yeah, client-side. Because already I told you JavaScript is client-side. But if you observe some websites, there you can also see JavaScript works as both client-side and server-side. Why? Yes, earlier it was client-side script, but when they released this Node.js, from then it is also working as server-side script. So direct JavaScript is not server-side script. With the help of Node.js, so it also behaves as server-side scripting language. So that is the main point you should remember. In interviews, they may confuse you. Can't we use JavaScript as server-side scripting language? Yes, with the support of Node.js, we can use a server-side also. Okay, by default it is client-side script, but now it is also behaving as server-side with the support of Node. That is the concept. Okay, yes. Now here, JavaScript is a client-side script implemented in 1995 as live script. Okay, yes. So original name of JavaScript is live script. Okay, it is introduced in 1995. Means almost 40 years. Yes, 2005, 2015, 2025, 30 years. Yes, yeah, almost 30 years we are reaching. Yes, now it is a product of Netscape Corporation. Yes, so JavaScript is the product of Netscape Corporation. But after a few years, Sun Microsystem adopted the JavaScript, live script, and they renamed it as JavaScript. Okay, initial that live script belongs to Netscape Corporation, but later Sun Microsystems adopted this live script and they renamed it as JavaScript. Okay, yes. So next point is JavaScript supports every browser. Okay, all browsers contains engines to run JavaScript. So in every browser we have V8 engine. Okay, this engine runs the JavaScript. See, here one difference we can discuss between the React and Angular. Okay, yesterday we discussed some points. So React supports virtual DOM but not Angular. React supports JSX but not Angular. And React we can also use to implement the mobile applications with the support of native. And React is JavaScript based, TypeScript, that Angular is TypeScript based. Even in React, we can use TypeScript. Okay, no issue in that point of. We can also use TypeScript. Now here, come to this point. So JavaScript supports every browser. All browser contains engines to run JavaScript. See, for example, if you take Angular, they are using TypeScript. That TypeScript is not understandable by browsers. So that TypeScript again has to convert into JavaScript. So that's why when you compile the Angular application, actually it is not compiling process. There is a transpiling process. Transpiling means one high level language is converting into another high level language. Means when you start the compilation of Angular application, first TypeScript is converting into JavaScript. After that, JavaScript is compiling as mission understandable code. So that is extra step what we have in this Angular. But if you take this React, so we can use JavaScript directly. So that JavaScript is understandable by browser. So that is the main advantage. So that's why no more conversions requires. Is it clear? It requires no more conversions. So that is the main point of this. Okay. So now JavaScript as well as React both are case sensitive. Yes, these two technologies are case sensitive. So we need to follow the particular cases. In case if you take HTML, HTML is not case sensitive. Okay, yes. But JavaScript and React, these technologies are case-sensitive technologies. Okay. Yeah. If any function is defined in uppercase, you need to follow that uppercase. If it is lowercase, you must use the lowercase. You want to change the cases, not possible. Okay. Next, JavaScript as well as React are loosely typed scripts. Yeah, loosely typed script means what is that? We are not providing the data types. According to the loosely typed script, at the time of variable declarations, we are not providing data types. If you take any technology like C, C++, Java, etc. Okay. So we are providing the data types like int, string, etc. At the time of variable declarations, we are providing the data types. But while working with JavaScript, we need to provide the data types to the variables. So a simple program I will show you. Save this file with name demo2.html. Here, script open tag and script closing tag. Simply you can create the variables like this. In other languages, we are using int, string, boolean like that. But in JavaScript, we don't use. Simply serial number is equal to 100. Yes. Now here I am using alert serial number. So now this is demo2.html. Somewhere it is created. Yes. Let me check. Yeah. See, displays the 100 on this browser. Okay. Yes. Like this, we are using the concept. Is it clear? Yes. This is about the concept of loosely typed script. But if you observe any examples, the website, here you can see some keywords like where and let. So don't think about these two now. I will discuss later what is where, what is let, what is constant. So those things I will discuss. So these are actually access scopes. Don't feel these are some data types. These are access scopes. If I refresh same result, we are getting 100. Okay. But we should not use like int string boolean. If I use here, no result. And go to the inspect, right click and inspect there. And so here you can see error is there. Unexpected identifier serial number. Why? Because I have given int. If I remove this, no error it gives for us. Okay. So this is the point of loosely typed. Remember this. Okay. Yes. Next one, JavaScript, React. Okay. So dynamic typed scripts. Now, just now I told you loosely typed, right? Now, what is this dynamic type? What is dynamic type? Yes. So dynamic typed means based on the value, internally variable contains the data type. Okay. Based on the value assigned, internally variable contains the data type. So that is the concept of dynamic type. Actually, externally, we are not providing any data types because loosely type. But internally, every variable contains data types based on the value. So that concept we are calling as dynamic typed script. Is it clear? Yes. So now if you observe this, yeah. In this program, what the value assigned to the serial number 100 means internally it contains number data type. You want to check here Just one function. I will discuss all these functions later. What is alert? Okay, alert is display in the message box. Already got it. Type of I have given. Yes. Now refresh it. What the type of data we have? Number. In case if I use string, any string here. Now refresh. So like that we are having string data type. Is it clear? So this is the concept of this. So that concept we are calling as dynamic. Not only JavaScript, Python, PHP, all the scripts are loosely typed and dynamic typed scripts. Remember this. Okay, even Python also. Means we are not providing the data types at the time of variable declarations. So that is the point of this. Is it clear? Yes. Next. Yeah. JavaScript is interpreted script and React is compiler script. Yes. Here difference is there. JavaScript is interpreted script. When you start the execution, so it executes line by line. It will not check all lines at a time. Okay, line by line. If any error is occurred in a specific line, it stops the execution. Is it clear? It stops the execution there. So that is concept interpreted. Once you rectify that error, then only it is checking the next line. Is it clear? Yes. So that is interpreted script. But if you observe compiler script, all lines it checks at a time and displays the all errors in a single shot. Means in programmer's point of view, it is very flexible because it displays all errors at a time. So that is the concept of compilers. Like that, so JavaScript is interpreted and React is compiler. So interpreted means at a time only one error displays. Once you rectify that error, then only display the remaining errors. Example I will show you. In this program, I've given alert Scott and alert Amit something. Now two message boxes I'm displaying. I refresh it. You can see Scott is there and Amit is there. Yes, yeah. Now I'm removing T here and E. Yes, yeah. In this first line, I removed T. In second line, I removed E. Now, if I refresh this console, ALE or T is not available. It displays that error, but not showing the second error, right? It's not showing the second error in this console. Now, if I rectify this one, then save and refresh it, Scott is coming. After that, it is showing the second error. Means it is headache in programmer's point of view. Every time, okay, only one error it is giving. So rectify and re-execute, rectify and re-execute. That is it. So that's why wanted they added compiler in this React. So the benefit is all lines it executes at a time and display the all errors. If no errors are there, then it displays a result out. Is it clear? So that is about the compiler concept. Like that, we have these two things here. So one is interpreted, another one is compiler, like this. Is it clear? Yes. So this is about the concept of this. I hope you clear these basic points, right? Yes. Now we need to discuss the program concepts one by one. Okay. So those concepts I will start from next class because demo sessions were spending around 45 to 50 minutes. Okay. Yes. Tomorrow also same demo link will run. We will start the concepts. Okay. In JavaScript one by one. So Any questions before switching the class? Okay. Before switching of the class, you have any doubts, you can ask me. Hmm?
I have one question.
Yes.
Yeah, so is there any prerequisite for joining the class? I mean,
No. I told you already JavaScript is required for us. That JavaScript I'm explaining, complete JavaScript. That's why no need to have any idea.
so regarding HTML and CSS, we don't need.
HTML one session I will take for you. Okay. There the required HTML things we're discussing. And HTML, CSS, you can also easily learn by using W3 schools. Okay. Got it. Anyhow, on HTML session I will take for you. Okay. And the CSS, you can go to the W3 schools if you want, but we don't use much CSS because our complete concentration is on logic developments. Okay. JS programming, single base application routing like that. Hooks are there. Okay. Use state, use effort, use reduce, like the different types of hooks. All these are the major concepts which we are covering here. CSS is very simple. Okay. If you want, you can go through that, but it is not required now. HTML controls we are using. That's why I will take one session for the HTML. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, as I am a
Next.
backend developer, that's why I asked, because I'm not aware anything about UI.
Yeah, no issue, no issue. Okay. So no need to have any other technical knowledge here. So we are covering each and everything. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next
What
one.
topics are you going to cover like for
What
React?
is that?
What are the topics like Redux?
In topics you can collect from main office, they will provide you. So here components, two types of components we have: functional components, class components. Next one, hooks, lifecycle hooks we have, and props state. Okay, routing concept. Routing concept we are spending 9 classes. So authentication, authorization, and how to access the pages to that authorized user, how to restrict. Okay, and lazy loading, like that we have different concepts. Ajax programming and shopping cart related some concepts. If I click on the more button, how to navigate to another page to display the more information of a product. Okay, and the bootstrap integration we are discussing here. Okay, bootstrap integration and API service cost. So Node.js API service cost I will explain. So instead of Node.js, if you have idea on Java.NET, you can call these API services, database connectivity. Like that, many concepts are there. That's why we are spending around 50 days. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And JavaScript. Okay. Complete JavaScript. So that course content is available in the front office. You can collect from there. They will provide you. Got it?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Use state, use effort, use reducer, use context. Okay. And use ref, use navigate, use callback. Okay. Use memo, like that. Different types of hooks are there. All these things we are covering.
Okay.
Next. Okay, fine. Hope you understand. In next class, we'll discuss the remaining concepts. See you next class. You can drop now. Thank you.